And my cultural artifact today, I brought my badge. I'm an employee of Mission Hospital. I have a few facts for you guys. According to the CDC, which is the Control Center for Disease, 1.7 million traumas occur a year. Do you guys know what a trauma center is? Do you guys know where the closest one to you guys is?
No.
This badge usually, it has a lot of significance to me because it's what people see when they walk through their doors. At the trauma center, we see some of the worst things. We see, blood, glory, all kinds of stuff. And it represents who I am, and it represents what the hospital does for people. As an employee of Mission Hospital, I think that we're not only just the staff, we're not just somewhere to service people, but we're a culture that unites people. We have such a humbling and such a loving staff that it's really awesome. Our culture is pretty much built on love, hope, and faith. It's a Catholic ministry, but it's brought just so many people together. I don't think they realize it's not even about religion anymore. It's about people. A few points on how I got into the medical field. I've grown up in the medical field because I have a lot of relatives. My sister mainly, she's a nurse. She got into the medical field at the age of 18. And growing up, I didn't think it was such a big deal. I actually thought it was a pain in the butt because it's like she reminded us for our shots. She reminded us, when to go get checked out. And it's actually been such a blessing in disguise. It's brought me to become closer to people. When I first applied for this job, I thought, cool, I got a job. But it's actually made me come out of my shell. I was such a shy person. I sit in the back. I didn't want to talk to people. I would love to talk, make friends. I just wasn't the first to approach anyone. And so it's really brought me to open up, because when I get patients and that walk through the door, they're in fear, and I have to go and approach them and make sure they're okay. I have to introduce myself. I have to let them know I'm there for them. I think when patients see my badge, they kind of have they trust us. Most people don't know what they're coming into. They don't know what's wrong with them. That's their biggest fear. I've even heard some people tell me that, they don't know how they're going to pay their bills. And that, I think that's what touches our heart at Mission Hospital. It's like we don't want them to fear anything. They're there because something's wrong with, with them and their lives, and we just want to make sure that they receive the best care. As an employee of Mission Hospital, we're trained to be efficient. They want us to be quick, they want us to respond, and they want us to do our job right. I think coming into the job, I was nervous, scared, I didn't know. I hate blood, I hate veins. So I think it's really ironic that I work at a hospital because I see that all day long. I go from surgeries and I go from, inpatients that are coming in. I applied as a patient transporter and I got the job, and now today I work coordinating and managing the patient transport department. We have about 45 employees who transport patients. And when I first started working there, I thought it would just be moving a patient, taking them, from their room, from the waiting room to their room. And it's a lot harder than most people think. We actually have to make sure, we have to be certified for several things. And we take care of their IVs, we take care of fluids, we take care of, just the simplest things. We charge their phones, we bring them, And then there comes the hardest part, we're moving. Some of our patients can't even get up themselves. And it's like, when I was intimidated coming in because I thought, I don't have muscles. How am I going to pick up these patients? But it's really awesome once you start learning and really communicating with the team. They help you out. And I think that's where the culture comes in, because you come in thinking it's a job, but you're not alone. All these people are scared. The patients are scared. You're scared coming in. And everyone there just makes you feel welcome. I've had so many people tell me, they look around and they're like, what's your name? And that's the first thing I do as I come in, I introduce myself. But they tell me, I've never received, your guys' hospital is, I've never received any care like yours. And so I think that's usually the most rewarding. I think another thing that's also been humbling is being able to be in a position where not only are you needed, but you need yourself, because I learn from these patients every day. I learn all kinds of things. I learn where they come from, and just the things that go on in life you don't really think about, and you get to just share with these patients. You get to you open up to them. They start asking you where you're from and who you are, and that's pretty awesome. In summary of the cultural relationship that I think that our staff has, I think it's pretty much based on spiritual care, health, love, the kindness, the teamwork, the service, all of that. It all comes in handy, and you don't see that in any other. I don't think you see that in most places, unless it's a hands-on job where you work together, because it really is all about teamwork. I think I pretty much say I just stand proudly behind our staff, and I hope you guys, the city and everyone else, the community, gets to see prosperity due to them.